to me personally, the Pelicans, you know, trying to rush him back. We'll see how he is by trade deadline. If he's good to go, I'll play him after the trade deadline and just go from there. You brought a good point. Hey, if I was them, to send him out for the rest of the year and hook up with Derrick Henry's trainer and go from there or something like that. Or do something. But if you go that route, like you mentioned, about sending him for the rest of the year, do that. Try and get another high draft pick. I like this draft class potentially coming in. If you can score, and I say this more for a security blanket for the Pelicans in this sense about the draft. Just in case if things don't work out with Zion, in a sense, with his weight and foot issues, whatever. At least you can come in, if you land in the top 4 with this pick, whoever it may be, if you stay in that position, at least you got a security blanket with potential franchise player. Whether it was Apollo kid from Duke, Chet Holmgren, the kid from University of Milwaukee, his name escapes me from right now. A couple kids from the G League. Whatever. We discussed this last week. But if I was the Pelicans and if Zion don't show some difference and whatnot, I may have to sell high on him.
But at this point, they've talked about this for so long, and think about me even having personal experience on the athletic side. Like, you hear the whispers, you hear the talks, so it should motivate you. We've heard plenty of times, and we've heard, like I said, since Zion came in, the one thing what they kept saying they were about his weight. They continue to say that. So for me, I feel like this means that he needs to see this as something that he needs to focus on. Now, granted, I think he is thinking about, hey, yeah, I want to fix this X, Y, and Z, but it needs to be something that is a full focus. You need to buy in and understand that, yeah, okay, I have to fix this. Like, this has to be something that is literally on my mind all the time. And once you get to that mindset, now, okay, you know what? Now these different, you can talk about having a better shape, being in better shape, and preventing some of these little nagging injuries, because the thing that you put in your body plays a huge part in different injuries. So that's something that needs to be discussed big time. And I think once he buys in and understand that, I think we see a hell of a player. But I can't rush this guy back. Knowing what he is, okay, I know he could be a great player, but if you rush him back and he's still not healthy, you're going to take 3 steps forward and then take 6 steps back.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. You don't want to hurt the guy or rush him back just to rush him back. Especially if you're like a David Griffin whose job is on a hot seat because things had gone according to plan. When you fire one coach after 1 year, and then this other coach here really ain't better than what you got rid of. So he's probably feeling that pressure. Kind of like in Houston, in a sense. They kind of had a pressure on Steven Silas. I don't know why, in a sense. They should be taken. But not trying to win 7 games in a row at the time. But, shout out to them. But you, David Griffin, I know you're feeling that heat. I know you got a lot right on this. If this don't work out for you this time around, then you may not sniff another GM job. So a lot of things that is riding on Zion. Hell, I make a bold prediction, D.R., before we head out. If this don't pan out with Zion, if things don't go right with New Orleans, I can see the league kind of moving that team out of New Orleans.
You think so?
Yeah, I think, the Anthony Davis, they threw a bone with Anthony Davis. That didn't work out. The league, in a sense, gave him another bone with Zion Williamson. This ain't gone according to plan. And I think if things don't change and Zion kind of washes out in New Orleans, I think the league, to kind of maximize one of the teams, I think they'll move them out of New Orleans. Where to? There's some good options out there if you want to keep them in the Western Conference. But that's what I'm kind of looking at right now with this franchise.
I can see that. That's a huge thing that they do it.
Yeah. If you get things right before we close, I think if you get things right, we see with the Saints, what the market brings and TV ratings and stuff like that, how the Saints do regionally and stuff like that in terms of TV ratings. If you get that same type of viewers with New Orleans, which I think the NBA is trying to bank on, especially with Zion and the hype he had from high school going to Duke and now to here, hey, great for the league. They need the ratings. But if they don't, they got to look at this New Orleans thing as a dud and move the team elsewhere. Like I said, don't know where, but somewhere else besides New Orleans. And I think New Orleans won't hurt it. It won't hurt New Orleans too much, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean that's true. They just got to see what places they will consider. But this is just think about it, man. The way they meant this stuff with Zion is so important that a team will consider moving, or the NBA will consider moving. Like that's insane to me. But I wouldn't doubt it at all.
Yeah. The NBA has done some shady things over behind the scenes in the past years. But that's another subject for another day, though. But, ladies and gentlemen, this has been our show tonight. Thank you for tuning in with us on the episode of Fast Break here on IE Sports Radio. Please do follow the show on Twitter at Fastbreak at IESR. That's Fastbreak IESR. D-Lock, how can people find you on social media?
You guys can find me at Black-813. Twitter and Instagram, I will be tweeting a lot of crazy stuff in the next couple hours. Let them know they can find you at now.
You can find me on Twitter at Spawn4288. That's Spawn4288. Also, I do another show on the side called The Crooks Process, where I discuss everything. My latest episode, I talk about Lincoln Riley going to USC and why I say I don't blame him at all going. Touch on Brian Kelly going to LSU and others. Also, check out IESportsRadio.com for the playback for this show and all the other shows on the network. We're live on majority of NFL markets, so we're knee deep getting close to the playoff season. So do check out the network here for all your sports takes. Also, check out the gift shop as well. We got some Orange Mist t-shirts on sale for that. Also, we're on Patreon. If you love the show, love us doing our thing here on Fast Break, support us on Patreon. Give us a follow and donate to the cause. But till then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in with us tonight. We'll talk to y'all next week. We're out.